What's good, Charlie? Young boys, girls, all my non-binaries out there. It's your boy Dadless Gamer back in the building, and today, right, NovaOnline got caught some new Discord leaks, apparently from his friends, quote unquote. We're gonna be reacting to Major Chilla. Now, I'm gonna say this at the beginning of the video. You guys give me some feedback. I plan on doing like a Nova update, like maybe like once a week, right? I don't know. Should I do it like mid-week or should I do it like weekend? You know what I'm saying? I'm planning on making anything. Give me some feedback. That being said, let's get into this. By the way, first time ever seeing a Major Chilla video. So yeah, I'm kind of new to the lore, I know.
How's it going today, everybody? Yes, you read the title right. NovaOnline has got himself into more Discord trouble. It's like a guy living an NPC life. This is your Sims character back on the PS2 day. They just go about their life.
By the way, wasn't I just seen something on him like yesterday? Isn't Gideon trying to get in contact with him? Crazy. Let me update you guys, okay? So since last video, I personally reached out to Nova for an interview. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't want to sit down with me, terrified of confrontation, right? And I plan very much on confronting him in a mostly respectful way, but we're definitely gonna get to business. I already got some of the questions I want to ask him in my head, but if he doesn't answer, that'll be that, right? We'll never know.
Life, they cook, they mow the grass, and then they go to bed, and you just think to yourself, what a meaningless existence. But nope, I mean, it's still meaningless, but this is what Nova does. He just wakes up, he goes, he demands his mom to order him tons of food. His mom tells him he's gonna get kicked out if he doesn't straighten up his life. He cries, he complains, runs to a Discord and starts trying to sympathy bait somebody on there. Now, thankfully, this time, the person that he was talking to was over the age of 18, so it's not necessarily one of those videos, but what it is more of a revealing conversation with Nova. If you guys can think back to the interview Bloodspet did with that one friend of Nova's, you get a lot more information, and when you think about it, NovaOnline is a person we have to cover a lot more through his Discord interactions, him panicking, him melting down.
NovaOnline is the definition of the Discord mod meme. He's the physical manifestation of a meme, of a joke. That's literally who Nova is. There's no way you don't look at Nova and the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, he lives on Discord. Stereotypes, and he fits it perfectly. There's no nuance there, right? It looks like he's real good at this computer shit. I don't know if he is or not, right? I can't really speak to if he's competent on computers. Clearly some kind of incompetency, because he's always getting caught in different situations. Let's find out this.
I mean, there's not a lot of actual video content compared to someone like Cyrax or Tofiachu. So these kind of videos where NovaOnline is interacting with somebody who was his friend at the time or somebody he believed to be his friend at the time, we really get a good insight of who he is. And it's not good. It never is good. Every time something comes out, it just exposes how much more of a goofball he is, or just how much of a danger he is, like him running around with the group UTTP, the same group the C-Bot was a part of. And while Nova was watching his lolly in secret, watching some of the most degenerate material known to man, he was also chatting.
Let's have a quick conversation about Lolly, okay? Yes, Lolly's like terrible to look at, bro. Why you like it, I don't even understand what's the appeal of it. I don't understand pedophiles, right? So I'll never get that. Me personally, I say this quite often, but I definitely enjoy older women. Yeah, I don't get the appeal, like, but again, I'm not a pedophile. I don't know. If you aren't one, tell me what's so appealing for, and like what's appealing for you for Lolly. You know what I'm saying? because like usually they're depicted like, you know, little kids, little innocent kids. You know what I'm saying? What do you like? And this again, and just one more time, I'm going to reiterate. I don't understand how a pedophile is a pedophile. Clearly, I'm not that. But when it comes to like being one, it's like you're worse than murderers. You're worse than people like with mass genocide. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather be around like a serial killer than a pedophile, because I know, like, for one thing, if me and the serial killer get into it, we get into it like for like survival. If me and a pedophile get into it, I'm going to become. Let me not get there. I don't want to threaten nobody, right? But at the same time, like, no, bro. Like, if you're into kids, bro, there's something wrong with your mental, and no, that isn't an excuse. That isn't that isn't me trying to give these pedophiles an out. What that is doing is making sure that we differentiate what a pedophile is compared to what a normal person is, because normal people don't think like pedophiles.
Adding up some other people, like this person, Fauna. And in the first message that we can see from them, we can see that they have a okay relationship. If I remember correctly, this is just a person who like found Nova randomly through a Discord, or, you know, that's what they say. Nova had a very sympathetic bio displayed, and she thought, you know, maybe I can just cheer this sad soul up. Little did she know this is the ultimate sad boy. He should have teardrops tattooed down his cheek, not because he's ever did anything of that nature.
No, and you know what it is? You know what it is also? How people get to the level of a Nova? It's their mindset. Perpetual victim mindset. There's nothing that they can control in their life. The things that they can control is right out the window, because all the other things that they can't control is somehow all revolves around them not doing something. I.e., I'm fat. I can say this. Telling a fat person to go work out. Now you have fat people who will go work out, trying to better themselves. You have fat people who won't work out, be mad at you that you called them out on it, and then try to paint you as like an abuser, because you don't want them to like be fat anymore or whatever. And then you have then you have like the fat victims, like, and they're like victim not in a way that, oh, you're oppressing me. It's in a way that, oh, you're oppressing me and I can't do anything about it. Those are two different mindsets at the end of the day. Yes, they're both it's both a victim mindset, but one is a victim mindset and they call you out for trying to victimize them. And the other mindset is a victim mindset, and then they cry about being in that victim mindset. Those are the worst type of people. And I just gave fat people as an example because I am fat. But those type of people are the worst type of people. I've seen them. I've been around them. I've talked to them. It's and it's a real deep psychological thing. But at the end of the day, it's I won't better myself, and you can't say otherwise. Or I won't better myself, and I'll cry about over any chance of me trying to better myself. Right. Hopefully that make like a semblance of sense. Because like I have like a specific scenario in mind, but I can't really say it because it's like kind of personal. Now not personal for me, but personal for the other person. And I can't really substitute characters and whatnot. I don't feel like doing it right now, at least.
Like, you know, a gang member or something. But no, just
I never talked to Nova, nor do I need to talk to Nova for me to understand just exactly what type of person Nova is. Hopefully that makes sense. Nova is the worst type of victim.
to express how much of a sad boy he is, just a teardrop for every Olive Garden breadstick he's put down. But what I find the craziest about all of this is that Nova is in so many Discord servers. There was a point in one of my live streams where we tried to count them down.
That wasn't a great choice. But
that's actually crazy. Is it crazy? Think about it. These Discord spaces is the only thing that he can actually use to run away from his real life. In real life, think about who he is. He is Gabriel, and he lives in fucking Idaho with no like prospective future. Like realistically, he has no like comparable skills to lead him into like senior, like to be to get to from like now to retirement. He has no like actual skills for him to get to retirement. You know what I mean? Like he has like no practical skills for you to, or for anyone to be like, hey, I want Nova over X, Y, and Z, knowing who Nova is. Because think about it, it's a capitalist society we live in. Even if he's a bad person, if he has good enough skills, excuse me, it would definitely counteract his terrible personality. I'll give you an example. There's an NBA player that plays in the league. I think he's on the Hornets. He was just found guilty for domestic violence, but he's still playing. He's been playing, and he's been playing ever since this thing, and has been going on, because he's a decent enough player. He's a good enough player to stay in the league. He's firmly in the rotation on any team he plays. Meaning that in a capitalist society, people with talent actually can get away with having terrible attitudes. People without talent and have dog shit attitudes about their life and the life of others turn out like Nova. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on the wirings of people like this.
And we have no actual idea the ones that he left, the ones that he crashed out from. Can I ask, what server are you from? Like, are you kidding me, Nova? How many? It's the endless well of NovaOnline Discord servers. It never ends. When you think one is over, it's just a Lazarus pit. Here comes Ra's al Ghul all of a sudden. It's a never-ending cycle with this guy. But instead of destroying cities, he's just trying to take out the youth one by one. I think he missed the mission statement. I mean, look at him right here. I left that server due to the fact a lot of people are trying to target harass me, and I just don't think it's very cool. And this person asks a reasonable question like, so if that's happening to you, why would they do it? He's like, it's because I'm an easy target. It's like, no, you just have countless accusations piled up, and every time you join a Discord, something bad
she asking the right
happens, like with you involved in it. Not even like mild problems, like degenerate activity arises where you are. You're like a fungal infection on society as a whole, and you're even trying to sweep up your accusations even more. You're like, I've been thwarted. It's been so bad, and like it might have happened twice. I feel like if it was to happen to Nova, he would really freak out, but I do believe it's happened twice, and from what he said, the cops were really nice to him. It went by super easy. He had to get handcuffed and put in the back of a cop car once, but since then, nothing really has came of it. But every time like something crazy happens to Nova, all of a sudden this happens again and the numbers rise up.
I'm in Idaho, the only state where cannibalism is punishable by jail time. And right now I'm jobless. Why you say it like a slur? I rely on TikTok and Cameo for my earnings. LOL, the censor. Yeah, that censor is crazy, but that sucks. Have you tried applying? I have tried, but with the way my last job went, I pretty much given up.
I mean, to be honest with you, if I was a police officer and I walked into that household, I wouldn't know where to begin to look. I'd be like, man, maybe there's something in here. I mean, there's so much garbage. You could hide a lot. It's a maybe. But now let's move on to something we don't have to speculate on, and that's Nova trying to rewrite the history of his last job. All right.
What happened with your last job? One of my coworkers spread a nasty rumor about me and got me fired on my second day. WTFF? What was the rumor?
So, what happened with Nova's last job? It's an easy answer on Family Feud. It's easy. You're going to crack number one right away. Nova walks in and he tells the hiring manager day one, hey, I cannot stand teenagers and children. I cannot work around them. They disgust me. In fact, I hate them with my soul. And the hiring manager, they was going about their day, and all of a sudden they got a double take. Like, what? What did he just say? Excuse me, Chome. What did you just say? He's like, I just hate the children. Every single one of them. I hate the way they look. I hate the way they walk. I hate the way they sound. And he's like, oh, shit. If this was like his first day as the hiring manager, he immediately thought he is not cut out for this job because he hired the Chome day one. He picked up what the Chome was trying to write off. He's like, this guy's a weirdo. I'm going to fire him right off the rip. And that is exactly what happened. There was no troll influence. Nobody knew where he was working. He only was there for a single day. And now he's trying to say that a coworker spread some misinformation about him.
What? Wait. How would you know this, Chilla? You're not friends with Nova, right? I know like you're like on like his little revenge list or whatever he had going on, some cringe shit that Nova was doing. If I ain't gonna lie, if that story is even remotely true, there are plenty of us who don't like working around kids or teens or whatnot. You do it for a paycheck, especially if you're in Nova's position where you're relying on Twitch or wherever he streams on and cameos. And the cameos that I have seen him do are disgustingly bad, bro. Like it's like actual like terrible content. It's like, why would I pay you my money for you to do that dumb shit that you did on that cameo, you know? And he does it with such confidence. It was
Nova, you told on yourself immediately. You literally hand served them the information, and now you're trying to write it off as like your imaginary friend. What is this? Like the evil chome on your shoulder, and the good chome who's just been beaten. It's gone. It's barely standing. The wing, the halo is just on the ground, and he's like,
"This is lovable." The AI app builder.
That's actually mad nasty, bro. Telling the manager day one all that extra nonsense. You don't even get really started on working. And you get to going off like that. You know what the crazy thing is? In a lot of places, depending on how you say it, you will still have a job. You will still have a job. Mind you, I've worked with like objectively bad people. There are actually people like Nova in the workplace just like that.
Chome, don't do it. And the evil Chome, he's greedy, eating all the fast food he can. It's overpowering. Or maybe my theory is wrong and everyone else's is, Chome's included, because he tells her, he's like, I'd prefer not to share it, why I got fired, but you know, it is what it is, just misinformation. And then he goes on to tell this fauna girl that he worked for a company called Ambrosia. And maybe Chome didn't get fired on day one for no reason. He's just the spreader of the gray death. It's gonna be game over for America, all the other countries. I think like literal gray aliens should start coming down soon, mechanical humans coming soon, things of that nature. Little did we know on this channel, we were just covering the prototype, stage 1 of the disease. It's just the Chome. And what a great unsuspecting way to get us. Nobody would ever think Chome is doing something bad unless it's on a Discord. He could get away with a whole lot. In fact, he does to this day. And he goes on to tell this girl that he was hired without an interview. And I think there's some places where you can get hired without an interview, for sure, you know, when you've got a lot of skill in that department and people know you're worth your salt. But I just couldn't imagine that Nova, anyone could look at him and think, this guy...
Even then, because like high skill, like, jobs, they still come with interviews. Like a lot of jobs, you get like 2 interviews, sometimes 3. You know what I'm saying? Like the career I'm in, I had to do like I had to do 2 interviews and an overview, right? And I had to crush it in those interviews. I literally had to like that was like my best interview process I've ever done. And I streamed it on like some I streamed it off some app No, that was, yeah, I did stream an interview, but not that interview, I don't think. But I ended up getting this position, and it's like, you know, it's a position that actually takes skill because you have to like be licensed. I'm a licensed insurance producer. Whatever job Nova had, I don't know what he had. I'm not in Idaho. I'm sorry for anybody in Idaho. It's hilarious to think Idaho is actually a real place. I'm sorry.
Right here is worth his salt. He is going to get us through the dark times in this company. No, Nova is just going to hide, call off every day, cry and complain. The trolls are after me. The trolls? Like from Storybook. No, from the internet. What about the... Just come in and answer a phone today, sir. And then he's just going to sit in bed, wipe whatever it is on his blood wall, and move on. Probably chat up someone he shouldn't on Discord. You can see that he's used to that, since in this message he's like, since you're over 18, I don't mind talking to you. I'm 21, by the way. And the girl's like, yay, finally, we can talk, even though they've been talking this entire time. You'd think somebody in the Chome shoes would want to check sooner than that. By the way, just curious, what country are you from? And this just opens up an entire rabbit hole with Nova. Like, literally forever, he goes on about food and how much he loves to eat it. Like, he's talking about these British foods and things you can put on fish and chips. I'm not a fan of fish. I never really eat it, so I don't put malt vinegar or anything on it. I just don't eat it. But Nova takes that as blasphemy. He absolutely loves this conversation. In fact, there's 2 things that seem to engage Nova more than anything in this world. Most of the time, he's super aloof, not paying attention, but when he's hungry and talking about food, he is really into it. And when he's doing weird stuff on Discord, he's even more into it. But what perplexes me, what is just... super odd is that through all of this food discussion, I swear on everything, he is far more descriptive and knowledgeable about food and its history in these Discord messages than he ever is on TikTok. He's like, man,
bro, this should be the content you make, goofball. Who wants to see fucking NovaOnline munching on an Arby's burger talking about the texture's there and this cuisine is awesome? Shut the fuck up, bro. You don't know shit about what you're talking about. Look, listen, as a fellow fat person, this is a knife kit. Like, I went to school like to be trained as a chef. So like, okay, and this is a cooking knife. This is a big old cooking knife, but I enjoy food on like the creative level, and when I would hear Nova's TikToks, excuse me, I would hear his TikToks, and he would like talk so pretentiously. He would talk like a wannabe Gordon Ramsay. But the exception is Gordon Ramsay knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he can actually go in depth into what he's talking about. Why don't you try to do some shit like this? Talk about your family heritage. Like, talk about where you come from. Get the food where you come from. Be like, hey, this is some great food. Talk about, I don't know. Would those people accept you? Yeah, but like, be more that's some and in your life, like your NovaOnline, like literally your life is online, bro. You don't do anything in the real life, bro. That's something you should be doing. Why do niggas know what why do niggas know what your dick look like and not like the type of food like your homeland or whatnot? Like, this is some shit you should be doing, bro.
When I can sympathy base somebody in person and they're talking back, I can really get passionate about this food stuff, but otherwise, I'm just making a stupid TikTok, I guess. Where's my 2 million views for eating chicken wings? But as relatively tame as this conversation was at the start, I mean, in all honesty, it was. It's just stuff about Nova's history and him being a complete liar. We know he's trying to manipulate the person, but if you were to just look at it, you'd say, nothing too wrong. But this is when Nova starts to make some mistakes and really tries to cozy up to this person. He starts telling him, like, I don't like bringing up my social medias right away. It's like, why would you in general, Nova? You're one of the most despised people on the internet.
Okay. I did this last video. I'm gonna take away my face. Every time from now on, when he says something or when there's more of these combos up, I'll read them. I'm just not gonna have. I'm not gonna have my face on the screen. I don't want to be associated with his words. Okay. I don't like bringing up my social media right away, but yes, I do have a following on TikTok. I mainly post food reviews. And she's like, it's okay, LOL, I was just shocked. And he says, and unfortunately, a lot of people have found me an easy target for harassment. So they made false accusation. I'm assuming there's an S on it, accusations. Then she says, I still don't understand why people would waste their time lying about somebody. Surely there's actual bad people to go after, LOL. He says, it's because I'm into age regression as a coping mechanism. I'm ashamed to talk about it because I fear people will call me a bad person. You're into age regression, and that's why, see, you're being disingenuous now, Nova, and I do get it. It's a new prospect in your mind. She doesn't know NovaOnline like a lot of other people know NovaOnline. I didn't know NovaOnline either. And then I found out about NovaOnline. And NovaOnline is a very bad person, to my knowledge. But at the same time, me being me, there's always a method to the madness. So if he can explain why he's NovaOnline, I can kind of accept that. I'm not going to accept everything, because to me there's just no excuse for half the shit that he has accusations of that he's never brought counter evidence for. You know what I'm saying? In the debate, there's an affirmative side and there's a I forgot it's affirmative and whatever. It's like two different sides of the same argument. There's usually like a blanket statement that the affirmative side would make. Like, okay, the affirmative side in this case would say that NovaOnline has a history of talking to underage children. Nova's defense would just be that's false. And there isn't no why attached to that. It's just another statement hitting on another statement, which means there's no talking points from him. Right? Then on the affirmative side, again, you have the statement that NovaOnline has a history of talking to underage children. Now you have the bullet points where you can list off him telling this underage girl that she give off mommy energy, and being in a Discord call with another one talking sexual with his fucking binky and diaper on and whatnot. His choices, by the way, things that he decided to do. Nobody forced him into those situations. Those are bullet points and talking points to support the main claim. Now his response to that, to those bullet points would be, again, that's false. Just a statement, no bullet points under it, which is why his arguments fall flat, because they're backed by nothing. You see what I mean? In the debate, like, you're supposed to make statements and then give evidence as to why those statements are true, even if you don't believe them. Anyway, yes. He should know this. Like, he talks for a living, bro. Like,
why would you tell anyone about your TikTok? But no, you instantly go, I'm a TikToker, and I want you to understand how cool I am. And as soon as he tells them he's a TikToker, right, I want you guys to think about this. He is now roping them into the idea that I'm super cool, I'm super likable, I get a lot of hate, but I am popular. So now I am going to tell you about my age regression stuff. None of that came up beforehand, but as soon as he mentions that he's a TikToker, now he's going to mention age regression. Oh, and it's not anything I'm into. It's just like, you know, it's a healthy coping mechanism when you revert to the mind state of a younger person. And then Fauna goes on to say, my understanding of it is it's like a trauma kind of thing. Nova's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. Or disgusting acts like EDP is done. It's like, then why? On multiple occasions, have you been doing this role-playing stuff with someone below the age of 18? Like, multiple times, Nova. As many people have pointed out in my comment section, and like, it's not a huge mystery that there has to be places like this all over the internet where adults engage in this activity. You seem to completely avoid those sites and meeting up in those areas. As dark and degenerate as those could be as well, you choose to get on Discords with people you know aren't the right age and then do this stuff. Nobody's making up false allegations about you. There's literally like hours of video footage of you doing this exact thing, and then you doing it later on after you had already got caught. I think the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You can't just keep doing that and expect people not to look at it and be like, huh, something is fishy here. It's going to happen every time. And then he proceeds to like degrade himself. You know, I think Chome was just trying to be a little bit funny. Some of these messages where I didn't think Chome was trying to be weird in any fashion. I think he was just trying to...
Okay, here we go. Let's take away my camera again. I'm going dark again. She says, also, I decided to make a TikTok account. It's Fauna with 3 A's. I followed you. Oh, thank you. I'm probably barely going to use it, not gonna lie. KM, not used to social media. I don't know what KM means. Nova says, now you can see how much of a fat ass I am. Laughing face. She's like, LOL, nothing wrong with that. Food is good. And he said, would it be better if I shared some of my TikToks with you on Discord?
Casually talk. I tried to exclude him a little bit, but in this one, it's literally just sympathy. Now you can see how big I am. It's like, well,
okay. You know what? For Nova, this is a decent shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming from Nova, I would expect nothing more. Everything, like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? This is like the best you're gonna get out of him. Like, the shot is up. Let's see if
Nova, do you really have to point that out? And now we're going to go on to another message. And another perk of being my friend, if your friend is also a fan of me and their birthday is coming up, you don't have to pay for my cameos. They're free. So Nova is now giving away his cameos. Who wants a Nova cameo for nothing? Just absolutely nothing. I don't think people should be paying for them. Why would you want the Chome congratulating you on your birthday? That just seems like a bad birthday gift in my opinion. Not only are you giving the Chome money, but you're also giving the people who's extorting him money, which somehow seems equally as bad. I mean, the Chome literally thinks he's had a girlfriend for 3.5 years. She said he got caught cheating on her with one of his friends, which wasn't true, and this led to the infamous Valentine event. And no, I can't really mention what was happening during it, but just know it was a really low time during Nova's life, and not just because he hates love and happiness and things of that nature. You know, the chone was meant to destroy happiness, but that's not the reason. You know, he was getting yelled at and he just couldn't take the pressure from the girlfriend of his for like, I guess at that time, like 2.5 years, a year and a half. But let's think about this. This person has been super fine with Nova, talking to all kinds of people, you know, that he shouldn't be. He's dating Alice at the time, and I know they're in a poly relationship, but who is this mystery person? She's just the side girl that Nova never talks about. She's been there this entire time. She's just willing to deal with all of his degeneracy. Who is this girl, Nova? I mean, she's even been around since the French Onion.
Hey, I've actually talked about this with some poly people. Like, there's a difference between having an open relationship and having a poly relationship, because having an open relationship means you're bringing nothing home. Having a poly relationship means you're bringing home someone, you know? Like you're bringing baggage and then you all share baggage. That's like poly, essentially. And then an open relationship will just be out fooling around with other people. Again, I'm not here to judge anybody. I've never like done it before, so I don't know. I couldn't speak from firsthand experience, but I don't know. It's YouTube. I ain't trying to
soup meme. And speaking of the French onion soup meme, I think it's hilarious that Nova, that's the only one that he likes. He's like, I am totally fine with this. It's not that embarrassing, and I was in a lot of trouble that day. And he's telling this person,
y'all know what's about to happen. Or can I get the French onion soup, please? Meme. Oh yeah, I heard that actually. I think someone mentioned it in your comments, and he links it. It's a popular meme. It's a popular meme among my trolls, but my fans like it too. Oh, LMAO, that's where you met? Why don't you work there anymore? Because basically the backstory was I needed a refill of French onion soup, so he doesn't directly answer that. He's in his own like little world, texting world. I get it. I understand it.
Personally, hey, I'm not a fast cook. It was a really bad work day, and I'm just sitting there screaming my head off. It's like, we've watched your video gameplays, Nova, on my streams and a couple of times on the channel. Like, yeah, we've seen them, and you're not even in a panic stress scenario, like when you're actually at work.
Yeah, it was a very staged. Like the cameras was in his face, and he cracked. He felt the pressure and cracked, like for sure. He says, she says, yeah, why ain't work there anymore? I was let go after I had a really bad work day the day before, and I also wasn't the fastest cook either. She says, LOL, maybe you can apply back for a different position, like cleaning a restaurant or something. He says, I don't know if this person will accept me back. He's the owner. Okay.
And you're throwing cups around, you're losing your mind just from a small little time limit on the screen. It really showed your work ethic, or lack of work ethic. You'd think after working in a kitchen for so long, you would at least have like a faint idea on how to do it. But no, not Nova. He's far better at sympathy baiting. So just randomly, I guess Nova went on like one of his hiatuses, and Fauna asked him, are you okay? And Nova's
I got you. Oh, yeah,
it's like,
ahead,
kinda, I'm really upset right now. And then proceeds to say, I almost ugly cried last night because him and his mom got into an argument and he was about to get kicked out. I really wish I could date like the exact thing Nova had done that day, but I'm surprised he's not getting threatened to get kicked out more often. You think that would be a common argument they would be having, like, Nova.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nova, listen, let me go full screen. I'm gonna talk to you again, like face to face, Nova. Nova, you got your mother's face and name out there. The last video I saw, like they started out the video with your uncle and your mother, got both of their pictures up there. I think that was completely out of part. Like that was not cool, bro. Like in my opinion, because they have like essentially what Nova has done only is on Nova. Because you bring in his family, now it's on them too. I don't know his family. I don't know their situation. I don't know if they were good people or bad. But in the situation that involves Nova and everything that he does, now you done tied them to him, and that ain't fair at all. And you know that's not right. I can't support that, bro. I can't support that. Now, unless she done came out and had some nonsense to say, I think it's A-okay to be talking about her when it comes to the Nova timeline and having her picture out and having her name out there and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't that, like, it's really not cool to me, like that's not right, bro. That's not right at all.
Bringing degeneracy to my doorstep, like police are showing up here, people are delivering gallons of milk. You have got to figure your life out, son. You've already
it definitely, especially because it was like a solo picture of her. It wasn't like her and Nova, like, oh, this is actually his parent. No, this is just, here's a picture of her. Here's a picture of his uncle, whatever. You know what's about to happen. Why would she do that? Nova says, I feel like I'm more of a burden than a help for her. She says it's not possible for you to move out. Do they not have cheap housing in America?
You cooked your life, you're not gonna cook mine. I raised you for 18 years, about 22 at this point. Let's just call it quits. Even Nova has the right idea. I know he's trying to have like sympathy right now, but like, really? Your mom probably does see you as a burden. Like, she probably loves him, like, deep down in her heart, but like, in the forefront, Nova has got to be a burden. And he's just like, people keep saying fake things about me. Well, what has been fake? What has been fake? If it was so fake, you would be willing to go talk to Gideon, have a conversation with him, and maybe he would be able to distinguish what was real, what wasn't. But no, you're not even willing.
Yeah, I think if the argument for Nova is all the accusations are fake and they're all allegations and it's just mud on my good name, I would think it to be reasonable for a person to expect someone to want to clear their good name in the public, right? If your name gets slandered in public, I think you're entitled to having your name be cleared in public. I think Gideon is a very good person to do that, but I also reached out. I'm not willing to be Nova's friend in the interview. I'm willing to talk to him in the way that I would any other adult. If that is too harsh for him, I totally understand why he prefers to talk to the people he talks to. And y'all know what I mean by that.
To do that every time you've been caught in a Discord. You're not Clayface. This isn't the old Joker switcheroo. We don't need detective vision to see that this Nova has bones inside of him. Like, we know, Nova, you was the one doing it. There's a reason you're running. Every single time something like this happens, you have a super huge panic meltdown. But the one time, the 15 minutes someone posted something that wasn't accurate, you were so hyped. You were so hyped. You jumped all over it.
That's what I don't get, bro. Because if you have real shit on him, shit that actually will get him, we'll fuck him up, pack him up, get him up out of here, and then you throw dirt on that on all those allegations by throwing in false ones. Now he can just latch onto the false ones and paint all the allegations as false. What's the point of lying on somebody who already has a fucked up reputation? Because all you're doing in their mind, they know that they're guilty. But when they talk to new people, because people are people, we interact with people. When they go talk to new people, then it'd be like, they can pump fake and be like, yeah, all the allegations are like this one, and then they point out to that one, but like, oh yeah, I don't want to get all into it, but all of them are like that. Now they done indoctrinated a person because some idiot decided to lie on their name. When all the truth is out there, somebody want to throw in lies because they want to fit in. Let's be honest. And then now this evil person now has a valid out on escaping criticism. And this is why you shouldn't be lying on people.
Jump to their comment section, you're like, I finally proven my innocence. And it was just one thing. If it was just a whole bunch of fake stuff, you'd think you would be able to get a job and not ruin your reputation everywhere you've worked in the past. Like, there would be somebody who would have a good opinion about you. Like, you know what? I don't care what they say. The Chome has never proven me wrong once in my lifetime. You've had a ton of jobs, but not one manager is willing to stick their neck out for you. I've had a good bit of managers, and a good bit of them have liked me. I've only ever disliked one manager in my lifetime, and that was my first job. I think she was just mean. But you know you've messed up when you're thinking that the only possible way you can make money anymore is from an OF. But let's be entirely realistic about this. Nova is making, I guess, enough money on Cameo. He gets paid from TikTok. Yeah, he could get paid from YouTube if he started streaming more on there. Nova has like multiple sources of income. The OF is because he wants to do it. It's because he wants to put his sick and degenerate stuff out there. He just wants to know it's out there.
All right, cam off again. I wouldn't know yet. I'm just desperate. It's your choice. If there's no other options, it's up to you. How much would you put it up for? I don't know how it works. I keep seeing all these people on OF get like 10 houses and 20 cars. He said I'd probably put it up for like $5 or $10 a month. So that's how much you value yourself. Okay, I think that's a little high, honestly.
People are watching it. He's telling this Fauna person that he wants people to pay $5 or $10, even though we know one person would do it. It would get spread around. Nova probably wouldn't make much money, but you know what doesn't make much sense is the fact that Nova just put it on the hub. For no reason. He just put it out there to be seen by some people. And it's like, I don't even know how you get paid off that platform, but at least with OF, you know.
And then you know that he doesn't have partners. He doesn't have collab partners to do collabs with. You know, these is just nothing but solo content, and you put it on the hub for free. I still haven't seen that nonsense, by the way, and I don't want to. I seen his face, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know who Nova is, and like seeing the rest of him isn't something I'm particularly interested in, you know what I'm saying? If you are, okay, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? No judgment. It's what you're into, you know what I'm saying? I'm not into it, you know. He ain't got nothing for me, you know what I'm saying? He got it for y'all apparently. Yeah, guy. It's all bad because you actually don't have any skills like to speak of other than like being like chronically online. Like the actual ability of NovaOnline is practically nothing. Like you really are like, are you better than them? Are you let me not go there. I get the hurting feelings. I'm sorry.
Oh, like, hey, if somebody is viewing it, they probably pay for it. With that, I mean, I guess you have to get verified. You'd have to set up payment processes, things you get done immediately on OF. But Nova's just such a degenerate, he wanted people to see it. Like for free. It's not about money. It's not a job thing. This is his own sick, twisted fantasies. No wonder he's telling this girl, if I lose this job due to the trolls, I quit. And they're like, maybe don't post about getting a job publicly. Maybe that'll stop them. Like, huh, bright idea there, chome. It's not like we had no idea where you worked the last couple of times because you didn't mention it. It works every time, but you ruin it. You spoil it. And then you go on to say, one of my trolls worked with me. And that is not how it went down at all. Like months later, after you got fired or left on your own accord, I can't remember exactly how it went, but the troll didn't get...
I'm turning off my camera. I just seen this nonsense. If trolls find out, I'ma be pissed. They found out what subway I worked at, and when I worked there, someone had a spy. Like I hired one, or like hired an actual one, or some random one out stalking. He says, I don't know. That's still weird though. They probably won't find out this time. I'm still afraid of it. Could be another fake job interview. I want y'all to realize what this guy's talking about. This man just said that people were spying on him. And you know what? That has some validity. People do be going on his property and shit like that. I'm like, okay, maybe it's different in Idaho. I don't know, bro. It's Idaho. Let's be real. I forgot Idaho was even a state. I'm so sorry for anybody who's from there. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, Idaho is kind of like Vermont, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Who's from Vermont? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's there in Vermont? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know a city in Vermont, you know what I'm saying? There's probably a city called City in Vermont, you know what I'm saying? That Idaho is on the same, you know what I'm saying, playing field as a Vermont. Somebody had a spy and found out what subway you worked at. Nova, I'm gonna be so honest, bro. If you keep talking about your in real life, your IRL life on the internet, the same people that you've been pissed off on the internet is gonna find out a way to get you back in real life. If you haven't noticed by now, maybe take a step back off from offline, and then maybe we can talk about fixing your tarnished by your own hands, your tarnished reputation.
He fired, he knew who he was, and then later on did an interview about it. And that's all that happened. That's probably what most people would do if they figured out they worked with the infamous internet figure. To be honest, I think the only job the trolls actually messed up for you, which I don't agree with whatsoever, was the Walmart job, but I might be mistaken. You probably did that to yourself as well. He even says down here, they found out which subway I worked at. And you know what, Nova? That is just completely unfair to even say that somebody had a spy. No, it just became local legend that the new Jared Fogle started working at the local subway chain. People started flooding in there, and eventually they realized that, hey, this isn't Jared Fogle, but I'm pretty sure that's his nephew. Like, yeah, this has got to be him. That's the chome. That's NovaOnline right there. He's like a degenerate gooner version of Batman. In the daytime, he's slinging Subway sandwiches, but in the nighttime, he's slinging shrimp cocktails and degenerate Discord messages. Who's his arch nemesis? Who knows? He's nameless. They'll never discover the name of this man. All he does is send Nova some manure every now and then. And Nova, just like Cyrax, he has no business sense. They get sent manure, they get sent concrete, and they don't even resell sell it. They just freak out on the internet instead of just repackaging it and be like, well, what a stupid move. And now you're making profit off the trolls' decision making. They'll probably turn it around really fast. But no, don't do that. Just freak out on the internet and make this thing you could completely turn around on them and just go exactly how they want it to. If only that brother of his would come in and impart some wisdom on the chome. But wait. The chome says right here that he doesn't have any family members that want to help him. And the girl's like, damn, an only child? And Nova's like, I've got one person, but he isn't family. But I thought it was your brother. I'm so surprised Nova didn't hit this fauna girl with, he's like super tough. Like, he is a badass. He had a heart attack and we went to work the very next day.
Somebody actually, like, penetrated his whole life and put it out on the internet, bro. Because you know when you want to know why? It didn't take a lot. It really didn't take a lot of prying to get into this guy's life. He's like throwing it out there. It's like, you want to know? Here's what happened. Oh, I want to tell you about why I'm being hated, but I am hated now. I ain't gonna get into that.
Remember, in the recent interview one of Nova's actual in real life friends did, he mentioned how Nova was claiming he had a brother who just turned out to be some random guy in New York who was messing with Nova this entire time. And don't worry guys, there's going to be more about Nova getting messed with by people, because I think it was here in a recent video where Nova was talking to this one guy, it might have been Bingo, and he was offering this Bingo guy money off the rip. Now, I don't know why Nova is so accustomed to just offering people money, grooming them a little bit when he doesn't have any himself, but he tells this person that he's been giving hundreds of dollars to a random guy. And Fun asks, how did they take it? Physically? And Nova's like, no. Basically, they kept asking for gift cards, and because I was so gullible, they cheated me out of my money. What was they promising you, Nova? Why were they asking you for $300? It seems like he was giving them something around that amount for them to be pushing you for $300. And if you're wondering how that guy's able to blackmail the chome, I wonder what app Nova's talking to him through. Discord? TikTok messages? Something of that nature? Nope, it was through Signal. And it's like Signal? Telegram, something Nova also has. Why are you able to get blackmailed through Signal, Nova? It's not like that's where most puertas get caught up at. And
you're gonna lie to you. I don't think I ever. What's Signal? Let me not even. I don't care. If it's like Telegram, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm barely on Discord, bro. Like it's pulling teeth to get me on Discord, bro. Real talk. Like,
you're getting blackmailed, huh? That's not looking good. That's not looking good, Nova. Most people would say, huh, that's heavily suspicious right there. Kinda reminds me when you was talking to the UTTP group. Some other people with potentially weird stuff. Well, when it comes to the UTTP group, there was weird, degenerate material that you were viewing, knowing it was being sent around in the server yourself. Facts. And they were able to blackmail you too. Facts. Oh, that's not looking good, Nova. Things are adding up. But just throw it all out there. These are all fake allegations, even though they're messages that came from you, yourself. And I can't wait for him to claim these messages are fake, or when he says this in the future, because he kind of tells on himself in this message chain right here. Fauna asks, can't she just say like she's talking about Alice, and this was when Alice was getting doxxed and Nova was getting trolled into staying into another Discord server just so he could remain with Alice. It was really weird. You guys know Alice is strange, but I'll continue on. Can't she just say like the info is false even if it's true? And Nova says, no, trolls aren't that dumb. I tried that and it didn't work. So basically, what you're saying is, every time you spit out that the things are all false, all of the allegations, and you just try to say it's all fake, and you're like, oh no, it's not working. Oh, they're not that dumb. How could they not be that stupid? Oh my goodness, I thought I had them. I really did. So he immediately is able to tell her, like, no.
Because she suggests that he reverse docs her. Like, okay, no, this is actually her address or whatever. So somebody close to him got doxxed or whatever? You're legitimately like bad for the people around you. This is the reason I can say this. Like, because NovaOnline is such a degenerate, like disgusting person, and not the things that you're sexually into, but actually it's the things that you do it with, or the people you do it with. This is what makes you a disgusting person to these people. You know what I'm saying? And then you act the way you. I'm sorry if y'all can hear this wind.
That one is just not going to work. Never will. Hasn't happened once. But nope, you just ended up cooking yourself, and the person you was talking to ended up exposing you to the internet once again. Big shout out to Solidus Nova and Magrubba for compiling.
All right, I'm in that. I'm in the mid there. Okay. Hey, you know what? Major Chiller, I'm gonna give you a subscribe. I like that. You did a pretty damn good job. Okay. Back to bringing some light on me. That's a lot, right? So when it comes out that that you're a liar, you're gullible, you're a fiend, sexually, you're stupid because somebody apparently just begged you for $300 to the point where you just gave them it, right? Be so fucking for real. You're Nova. You're not even supposed to have that much money. Remember, you're living off of fucking Cameo and TikTok. You know, your TikTok is maybe you get like $86 a month. I don't know, man. Maybe that's maybe that's what you get. I don't know. Nova, my guy. Come on, man. You get so because somebody asked you for $300 enough times, you said, whatever, take it, and that's how I got swindled out of my money. No. That's a dumb story, Nova. You know that story makes you look like an idiot. Even if it's false and you're lying about that too, that story makes you sound like a seasoned stupid person. Right? Like you walked down like the real dumb road before. You know what I'm saying? You know what? If he doesn't respond between now and my next video, I'll let you guys know. But again, I do want to get him in on the interview. Real talk. Like, instead of trying to open your heart out to the e-girls of the world, when you know you're the person that you are, like, fuck the trolls or whatever, bro. You know who you are. You know what you've done, and yet you still fall for the same. You're like EDP. You're really like EDP, bro. Y'all had the same exact mindset, but however, EDP kind of portrays himself as a tough guy or whatever. We see, but it doesn't work anymore. It used to work a little bit because he was like a security guard or whatever. It used to work until he got caught up, and the people that pressed him then proceeded to bitch him. No threats or whatever. It was he cried on camera because they were essentially about to expose not just the crime that he was into, the exploitation of what he thought was a minor. Okay. When it comes to Nova, the only thing, the amount of, because you guys both have aggression, the way you take out your aggression is on your things and online, right? And you can't even posture as being a tough guy. We seen you hitting the heavy bag or whatever, bro. I seen the way you throw punches. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I seen the way you throw kicks. You know what I'm saying? You can't posture like a tough guy. If you honestly, you really should have took the EDP road, bro. I think if you acted like how EDP acts on the internet, and I'm gonna do a catch up video on that guy as well. I don't think I've talked about him in like a year or whatever. We're gonna get back to you, buddy, friend, pal, champ. All the white people adjectives to say, dude. Let me not go there. I'll talk long enough. It's almost an hour. If whoever stayed this long, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like if you want to. If you don't, that's fine as well. With that being said, I think I've successfully given my firm stance on NovaOnline, and I'm out of here. Peace.